Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video. I thought I would join in the spooky theme for this October for Halloween and build myself a haunted mansion. This build is pretty small, it's not too large, so you could definitely build this with the materials that is required. If you do like the video and you do like the build, make sure you go down, hit that like button, subscribe if you have enjoyed, and with that, let's get building. So we're going to start things off by taking a note of the dimensions. If you want to pause the video, then now's your chance to do so. Now we have the dimensions. The main box in the middle will be the house itself. This front area will be the porch, and then we have a little side door entrance over here with the blue and white concrete. So on top of the grey and yellow, we want to place a polished andesite block on all four corners. Then on all the blocks in between, just use regular andesite blocks. For the porch area, we're going to do a polished andesite block on the corners. On the little side sections here, we're going to do upside down andesite stairs. Then we're going to turn to the front, we're going to do two more upside down andesite stairs with a polished andesite block again. Do the same on the other side. Then the 5 in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can be regular andesite with a andesite stair in front of those 5. For the small side entrance, we do polished andesite blocks on the corners with an upside down andesite stairs on the two sides. Then regular andesite joining those up with 3 andesite stairs at the front like so. Then at the front of the porch section, we're going to do 3 andesite walls on top of each one of the polished andesite blocks, and that includes these ones at the back corner here. On top of those, we're going to do a polished andesite block again. Then in between those, we're going to do an andesite stairs upside down, connecting those up. And for the middle, we're just going to do andesite stairs upside down and then join in the gap we have left with a andesite slab. Then come up and do a regular andesite block on top of all of this that we've just built. And head round to the back of your build now and place a andesite wall on top of the two corners here. This time I want to go 4 high, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to do a regular andesite block on top of that. Same again, 1, 2, 3, 4, regular andesite block. Then we want to just join these andesite blocks all the way along. And all the way along again on all 4 sides. Then on top of those blocks, in line with the walls we already have, do another 4 walls on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. With another andesite block on top of that. We're going to repeat this again. So for example, we do 1, 2, 3, 4 andesite block, and then join them up like so. And then doing that all the way around once more. For the porch section, we want to fill this all in with andesite blocks. Then from the top left corner here, count 5 in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On this 5th one, bring that block out 1, and then this is going to be 5 along, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we want to come underneath and bring our andesite wall down until it meets the ground on the corners. And then going up top, we want to do 4 more andesite walls on top, and an andesite block on top of those. And for this top section, it's just going to be a 5 by 5, so that's 5 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then join them up like so. And we can start to see the shape coming together as we have the main frame in place now for all of the andesite blocks and things that we need. Now it's time to start filling in the walls and adding some more of the details. So coming to the left hand side now, we want to come to exactly where our wall is here and go left 1 block in this middle section and do an upside down andesite stair. Then alternate every second block doing an upside down andesite stair. In between those, do an andesite slab. Come round to the back as you turn. On this block here, we want to do a slab, leaving out the corner. Once again, alternating every second block with the andesite, upside down andesite stair, and andesite slabs in between. Do this one more time on the other side, remembering to stop when we get to 1 before the wall. Moving up a layer is a little bit different as we're going to place an upside down stair in the very centre right here, and then alternating again, leaving a gap. This time we're going to place 1 upside down in the corner and 1 there. Do the same on the other side, corner and miss a block. Once more we're going to do slabs in between all of those gaps and turn, and this time we're going to go all the way around the same pattern using alternating between upside down stairs and slabs. We're going to do this one last time on the top layer with an upside down stairs in the middle and on the edges, and once again leaving out every second block like so, and filling in those gaps with a slab, leaving out the corners. Now we need to fill in the walls, so bring your green terracotta and fill in all of the walls here Now, if you're building this in survival, it's worth pointing out that we will be removing a lot of these blocks to make windows and doorways, so you may not need all of these green terracotta blocks to fill in the walls here. But if you want to build it up as you go, then this is the easiest way for me to show you. But I'm going to fill in all of these spaces here with green terracotta. So the wall should look something like that. We're going to do the same on the back side here, the side over there, and of course the front. The front's a little bit different as when you get to this section for the tower. We're going to do our green terracotta behind this wall here, like so. And then we're going to just extend that out by one block, as we want it to be out at the same level as the walls and the same above. Just like that. So let's fill in the rest of the walls and move on to the roof. So if you manage to put in all the walls, your build should be looking something like this. A green box with a andesite trim. At the top here, I haven't done the back as this will be covered by the rest of the roof. So you just want to do a couple of blocks on either side and make sure you have the front, of course. So for the roof, we're going to use deep slate tile blocks, and on top of the second block in right here. So not on top of your slabs or stairs. You want to do it on top of the full blocks. You want to bring out your deep slate block all the way around. Then you want to do a deep slate stair on top of all of those as well. The next layer will be the same again, so one block above the stairs like so, of deep slate tiles. Once again going all the way around, with another deep slate tile stair on top of that. The next layer now, we want to take our deep slate tile blocks, and behind those stairs we just placed, we're going to fill in the entire floor using these deep slate tile blocks. And your roof should be looking something like this now. Then we want to take a deep slate tile wall, and on that block that we just placed, make sure you bring your wall out and all the way around. Where you meet here with the upside down stair or slab that you're going to have, you can break that away and place in a wall block that connects it to this part of the roof as well. Moving up to the roof of our main tower in the centre. So taking your deep slate tile blocks again, bringing them along on top of the full blocks of andesite. Place one block in the centre of each side, and then we want to do a deep slate tile stair either side of that block. Then a temporary block, so you can place a full ring of deep slate tile blocks going around, with one in the centre of each of those as well. With a deep slate tile wall on the corners. Then bring that up once more, and on top of the full blocks to join them together. And that gives us a nice roof shape for that main tower in the middle. Now we're going to add a little trim here around our balcony using some deep slate to tie in with the roof above. So come to the left hand side again where you stopped off with your andesite stair. We're going to place in a deep slate tile slab. We're going to place in two stairs and another slab again. Come to the other side and do the exact same thing. Slab, two upside down stairs, another slab. Turn, and on the front side we're going to do a slab, then upside down stair, slab, stair, slab, alternating the same way that we done with the andesite earlier on. Then on top of each one of the slabs that you placed, you're going to do a deep slate tile wall. So only on top of the slabs, so they alternate again. And then on top of the upside down stairs, we're going to use iron bars, and they can connect all the way along. For the little corners, we can just place a little iron bar here and here. Finally, placing some string on top of the walls here in the centre, just so that they get this little spike and it matches in with the rest of the build. Before we add the windows and doors and things, we're going to come round to this little side entrance, and what you want to do is take your green terracotta once more on top of these inside blocks here. We're going to bring those all the way up to meet with this little rim. You're then going to replace those upside down stairs with a full block of andesite. Bring that out until you meet up with a block underneath of polished andesite, and all the way around again. Underneath that, we're going to do a polished andesite block and connect it up with 3 walls on both sides. Then a andesite stair going upside down and in towards the house. And then we're going to copy the trim once more. We're going to do an upside down andesite stair, a slab on the corners, then andesite stairs alternating there, slab on the corners, and another stair. Under here, we're going to do a upside down andesite stair there and there, with a slab joining those up. Then we're going to copy this roof here on top of this little section. So again, on top of the full blocks of andesite, bring your deep slate tile blocks along like so. Then a deep slate tile stair on top of those. Then a full block above the stairs like so, and then a finishing touch with a deep slate tile wall going around the top. Then to finish off these porch areas, we're going to add the deep slate tile walls again to the bottom and just placing some string on top to give that little effect. And once more, again, joining those up here and over this side as well. Then coming on the inside of this porch, we're going to add in some stripped spruce logs. These don't need to be in any sort of pattern or configuration. The messier the better, as this is supposed to be a haunted house. Then before we work on the doorway, we're going to add in a little bit more of the andesite trim here. So in line with this end stair, we're going to do 3 walls going up with a polished andesite block on top. And on the same on the other side, we're going to line up with the stair, 3 andesite walls with a polished andesite block on top of that. Andesite stairs upside down either side, with a slab in the middle joining those up, and that's going to be the entranceway into our mansion. For the door, we're going to clear away a 3x3 area of this green terracotta. We're going to actually use the dark oak planks and fill it all the way around, leaving a 2-block gap for our door. You want to take another spruce log, place that in there, and place your dark oak door on the inside, like so. Then, going all the way around, we're going to do dark oak trapdoors, like so. Moving up to the doorway for our balcony, we're going to come in and actually destroy all of these green terracotta blocks and replace them with dark oak planks. Once more, leaving a 2-block gap for our door. On the inside, place our door like so. Then place dark oak trapdoors along the top. And finally, our little side door over here, we're going to use the stripped spruce logs again on the floor. Then we're going to do a 3x3 of dark oak, leaving the 2 right there for our door. You can break away the green terracotta on the inside of these, just to give us a little bit more space. Place your door on the inside, come out, and then we're going to cover this whole entire place with our dark oak trapdoors. Placing in some green terracotta above to cover that gap, then some more andesite at the top acting as our roof. Alright, so we're going to start off with this very top window here, as it's slightly different than the rest. So we're going to come in and place a warped nylon block right in the centre, with a dark oak trapdoor in front, 2 upside down dark oak stairs, then 2 trapdoors going up on either side. Punch away the 2 middle blocks and replace with black stained glass. At the top, we're going to do a deep slate tile slab on the 2 sides and a deep slate tile stair in the middle. Then on top of that warped nylon block, we're going to place in some warped roots. And that is the main window at the very top done. We're going to come down now to the left hand side and do another window right here. So similar to what we've done before, punch out these 2 blocks here and place in the black stained glass pane. 2 dark oak stairs either side. This time though, we're going to do a dark oak trapdoor in the middle. Spruce trapdoors either side, with deep slate tile slabs either side with a deep slate tile stair on top. This window design is going to be used on all of the other windows going around the build, so I'm going to show you where those windows will be, and then you can copy this design on each one. So of course we're going to have one at the very opposite side right here. Coming down and underneath, we're going to have one to the left and one to the right. Coming to the left hand side of the build, count in by 2 blocks. On the 3rd one, you can punch out the 2 middle ones. On the same on the other side, count in by 2 on the 3rd one, punch out those 2. And then straight in line with those underneath, we're going to have 2 windows directly there and there as well. On the back side, we're going to do the exact same thing. Count in 2 blocks on the 3rd one, punch away the 2 middle ones. Count in 2 blocks on the 3rd one, punch away, and then copy that underneath, like so. Finally, on the side with our little entranceway at the side, we're just going to have a window at the top. So 2 blocks in, on the 3rd one, punch those away. We're going to leave out a window down here and just add in a little bit of barrels and things as detail down here. So you want to copy this window design right here on all of the windows that we just punched out. So I'll leave it paused there for a second and you can copy those, and let's jump back in. Alright, so hopefully you managed to put in all of the windows going around, so I'll just fly around and this is how it should look. All the windows are exactly the same, but don't worry, it won't look that uniform once we add in all the details and things later on. But for now, we're going to add in a couple more windows, but on the roof section as little dormers. So coming in on the very centre block here, we're going to find this stair. Come up, and either side of that we'll do upside down stairs and a trapdoor, just like we done for the windows there. On top of those, we're going to break away these stairs. I'm going to bring 2 spruce blocks going up with spruce trapdoors in front. Then we're going to do a black stained glass in the middle, punching away the block directly behind it and directly behind these spruce blocks as well. Deep slate tile stairs on top of those spruce blocks. On top of those, we're going to break away the stairs behind and place in full blocks of deep slate, with deep slate slabs on top of that. And that adds a nice little dormer section to the right. We're going to copy this exactly the same on this side as well. Then moving around to the front, one more little roof section we need to add is above this door here. We're just going to do a regular stair, upside down stair and a regular stair of the deep slate tiles. And then we're going to finalise the last pieces of this roof here by adding in dark oak fences and chains. So in the corners we're going to do dark oak fences, and in the middle we're going to do a chain pointing up. On this section of the roof again, dark oak fence, and alternating every second block of wall we're going to do a dark oak fence. And then in between those we're going to do a vertical chain like so. And that adds a nice bit of detail and feature to the roof there, making it look a lot more of that gothic style. So the build itself, the structure is pretty much complete at this point, but we're going to add in some more details to make it look a little bit more run down and haunted. So we're going to first of all take some spruce planks, and on the green terracotta, to break up some of the texture, we're going to actually replace some of this with the spruce planks like so. And we're also going to add in some spruce signs here and there. This makes it look like it has been boarded up over time, and maybe the paint's chipped away and some of the bricks have fallen, so people have boarded it up using this wood. And we just want to do this around quite randomly, but not overdo it, just here and there where we have big areas of the green terracotta. Like over here in this section, we want to keep these spruce elements quite clustered together, making it look like boards holding the place together like so. And we're just going to do that all the way around, finding out places we can add, and then using the spruce signs and the spruce planks. So the texturing now complete with the bordered up spruce wood, it's time to add in some more of the details. So if you look at my hotbar, I have a flower pot with various spooky looking flowers and plants that we can plant around. We have cobwebs, some brain dead coral fans, some candles, and some wither skeleton skulls if you have a farm or things in survival, but if not, then you don't need to add that one of course. But I'm just going to go around and add these flower pots to places like these windowsills with a plant in it like so. We can add in a cobweb or two here, maybe up on the roof areas. We can add this brain dead coral fan on the andesite blocks, as it looks a little bit like a weathered run down piece of brick or something. Some cobwebs underneath of this roof area as well, with candles around here and maybe on the balcony replacing the string here and there in places. And of course the wither skeleton skull if you're rich enough to afford to use it as decoration. Then one more thing I forgot is to place a polished blackstone button on these polished andesite blocks on the top sections, going all the way around like so, giving a nice little effect on there. Leave it at the bottom as we're going to want to add leaves and things down there, but just on the top blocks here. Then in this corner we can add in some barrels, so just some barrels going up like this and that. Nothing needs to be perfect, and we can add in a few chests on these as well. Then of course, as always, one of the last details we can always add is some leaves. For this instance, I'm going to use spruce leaves as it is the darkest leaf texture we have to go with the spooky vibe. So I'm just going to add them in places I think would look good. So these ones, I think I'm going to have them dripping over this balcony area here. Something like that. And then I place in some leaves here and there all around, probably along this back area as there's not as many details around here. So I have actually went through and put in an interior. There was too many small details to include in the tutorial, but we can walk through and take a look. So if we come inside, you'll notice that the walls are different as I've went for the two thick walls here, just so we can have different on the inside for the outside. So we have a little plan over here with a painting. I went for this crimson wood as it is a lot more of that spooky Halloween themed colour. Entranceway to a little sitting area here, some paintings, some seating areas with the stairs and trapdoors, lecterns and bookshelves for a little reading area over here. Then as we turn and come out, we see a nice red carpet transitioning to the kitchen. We have some calcite and some polished deep slate blocks there on the floor. We have a smoker as a cooker with an extraction fan, some storage, a little sink over here, and some banners covering up that wall as I had to push that one back a little bit. We have our fridge freezer of course, a little dining or seating area for one, and then we can head up the stairs. As you come up the stairs, you can see I've continued with the two thick walls. This time though, I've opted for the kelp block as I wanted to be a lot more darker up here and spookier up the stairs. We go up the loft in a moment, but if we turn and go through here, we get to a kid's bedroom. So we can take a walk in. They have a raised bed as it is quite a small area in here, and there are toy boxes and things like that down here. A little chair reading area and some curtains above the windows, and more storage up there as well. Walking down the hall to the right, we have the master bedroom. We see the bed, some more storage, some paintings and things on the walls, a little desk to sit and read at and things, some more cobwebs around to give that old and rundown look. Outside we have access to the balcony. Come back in, and through the door to the right we have a little bathroom here with our toilet, our sink, and a little lightning rod as a plunger or toilet brush. I saw that idea from This Is Doom, link will be in the description, so pretty cool idea for that. And then we walk down the hall, up the ladders, into the loft space, and a dark and gloomy room full of storage and cobwebs and things, as this place is very rarely visited, as most loft and attic spaces are. And with it all done, the build is now complete, and as you can see on the outside, I've planted a bunch of trees, made some custom trees, a little path outside, even added some pumpkins just to sell that Halloween spooky theme. I do hope that you enjoyed the build, and if you did, go down and leave a like on the video, consider subscribing if you would like more like this in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, bye bye.